as low as 2.9% for 36 months on new Accords.
Snow in some unusual places at 11.
Good things are happening. I go to talk, I start to sing, yeah. Good things are happening.
Next Tuesday, there's so much happening on A New Blue.
Where's the money, Beecham? Am I under arrest?
You look at me like that again, I'll knock your teeth out.
What is this, man?
Back off.
Anything happens to my witness, the same comes to you.
Do you want to have a baby?
New Blue, next Tuesday on ABC. Viewer discretion advised.
We're outside the event Tinseltown's been anxiously awaiting, and here they come.
The NHL All-Star Game presented by Nextel, Saturday at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific on ABC.
It's not TV, it's HBO. Thank you very much. Wow, what a double axel circle jerk the Olympics have turned out to be, huh? Is there anybody in the audience tonight who has not been awarded a gold medal in the Olympic Games? No? Imagine you've been getting up at 3 a.m. for 20 years. Your parents have gone into hock to the international sequin cartel. Along the way, you've been groped by every rink-mildewed grand old gentleman of the sport. Not to mention the 5,000 times you had to listen to Jimmy, the lazy-eyed Zamboni driver from Sudbury, say, "Cold enough for you?" You finally get your one glorious moment of spotlight. You get some frog jag-off using worse judgment than a North Korean chef at the Westminster Dog Show. You know, why don't we just dig up Judge Ito from his job at the Learning Annex, where he currently teaches a seminar called Of Course He Killed Her, and I'll let him judge the figure skating, huh? You know, folks, there's only one real way to solve this dilemma. Let them all skate at once. The last two standing, they don't even necessarily have to be from the same pair. Give them the gold, all right? That's my idea. Let's see what's new in the world this week. In his first re-election debate, Congressman Gary Condit said he would present legislation that urges our government to get tougher in the war against terrorism. Hey, Gary, if it weren't for terrorism, you'd be at the Los Banos, California Men's Warehouse pushing belts and collar stays, all right? So put a sock in it, Captain Facelift. You know, millions of Iranians, angered by being labeled an axis of evil, marched in the streets on Monday chanting "Death to America." Yeah, I got a new slogan for us. How's about Iran, the other dead meat? I'm supposed to like Iran now. Fucking morons. How PC are we going to get in this country? We're going to start hanging out with these jag-offs? Congressmen have vowed to pass the necessary laws to prevent the Enron disaster from repeating itself. In the future, when a company declares bankruptcy, congressmen will be paid off before any of the other creditors. The FBI this week warned that a terror attack might occur in the U.S. or in Yemen, possibly led by a man named Fawaz Yaha al-Rabi'i, unless he is going by one of his numerous other aliases and assuming that he's not dead, which he might actually be. Thanks for the tip. I'll keep an eye out for that, whatever the fuck it is. And in New Hampshire, a 24-year-old woman pulled over for a minor traffic violation was arrested after a record check revealed that she had a warrant alleging she hadn't returned a rented video. You know, Blockbuster isn't messing around anymore. Last week, the kid at the counter hit me in the nuts with a taser for not rewinding the Princess Brides. Princess Diaries. Well, the ship had sailed by that time. British scientists said Monday they had discovered a sample of dinosaur vomit, believed to be 160 million years old. It's considered the earliest known evidence of the existence of Zima. And on Thursday, it was reported that scientists at Texas A&M University successfully cloned a domestic cat late last year. Bravo, science. How's about a couple weeks on figuring out how to stop them from fucking behind my house? How's that? And A Beautiful Mind received 8 Academy Award nominations this week, but only 4 of them turned out to be real. And, no. Dennis Franz. Fat guy in the comp show. He announced this week he would come back for a 10th season of NYPD Blue. Franz says he'll quit when it is no longer a thrill watching his younger co-stars crash and burn after quitting the show for ostensibly greener pastures. And Madonna is getting into hot water for saying a dirty 4-letter word during an interview for Britain's Channel 4 on a live award show last week. Come on, Madonna, it's TV. What the fuck are you thinking? Officials at the National Sea Life Center in Britain are attempting to get sharks at the facility to mate with other sharks by piping Barry White music into the holding tank. And you really want to get into a frenzy? Toss Barry White into the tank. And on Thursday, police in North Florida arrested the 2 sons of the late Jamaican reggae star Bob Marley on marijuana possession charges after finding several large joints in their car. You know, it's just so sad when kids feel pressured to live up to their parents' expectations. Now, I don't want to get off on a rant here, but too many parents are obsessed with giving their kids what they never had, like a dad in jail for beating another dad to death at a hockey game. You know, with their eyes set on early retirement, parents now start their kids in sports younger and younger. I know one mom who hired a soccer coach because her baby didn't seem to be angling his hips properly while kicking her from inside the womb. When all those parents were up in arms after the Little League World Series because Bronx pitching star Danny Almonte turned out to have a fabricated birth certificate to say that he was 12 years old, they were only angry because they hadn't thought of it first. I mean, come on, it didn't take a genius to notice that Almonte was the only kid on the team who had a mustache, an ex-wife, and a 12-year-old son. You know, if Tanya Harding's mother had developed her daughter's skating ability the way she had developed her will to win, Tanya would be living in a much bigger trailer right now. Instead, all she's got is a scrapbook of tabloid headlines fighting for space on a shelf with love letters from the 15 different prisoners she's currently stringing along. And it's not just the world of sports where kids are under too much pressure. I saw a bumper sticker on a car recently that said, "My child had better be an honor student at Lincoln Elementary." And while it's unbecoming to worry about education too early in life, it's really creepy to push your child into show business and beauty pageants. Yeah, sure, it's cute and funny to watch a little kid dance to the Gap band's "You Dropped the Bomb on Me," but somehow it takes a rather sinister turn with the addition of high heels and heavy makeup. All of a sudden, it's like watching a stripper with a bad pituitary gland. And there's nothing sicker than the stage parent who uses their child as a second chance to fill a gaping chasm in their own pathetic history. Just because the height of your career in the theater was the 2 weeks you were a gopher for Grant Goodeve and a summer stock revival of Pippin, it does not give you the excuse to haul your 5-year-old to every cereal commercial audition and Nickelodeon casting call in North America. No decent parent would ever let their kids get into showbiz anyway, unless, of course, they had identical twins, because then you can rent them out to sitcoms to circumvent the child labor laws and really strike a shitload of cash. and you know... Kid cash spends just like any other kid. What other types of weird parents are there? One of my favorites are the germ freak mothers who shadow their kids with a credenda-sized tub of handy wipes and a 400-degree autoclave, sterilizing every alphabet block within a 50-block radius at Gymboree and mopping the kid down like a 10th-round boxer because she's afraid the touch of the slightest micromolecule will transform little Junior into patient zero. Lighten up, Mumsy. He's not a microchip. He's a kid, okay? Folks, every parent thinks their children are the most beautiful, the nicest, and the most talented in the world. That just forces their kids to live up to the expectations that they can never possibly meet because, of course, my wife and I have the most beautiful, nicest, and talented kids in the world. You know why we do? Because when my child comes off the field, I love him win or lose. I don't get angry watching my kids play sports ever since I stopped betting on their games. In fact, when I take my sons to their games, I refuse to do anything to embarrass them or make them feel different from the other kids. I let them decide when to do their own spocking, and I keep my temper in check even when the ref calls a Polino dead just for hitting the backstop. I will not become one of those stereotypical bocce ball dads that you read about. And if you do insist on being an obsessed parent, at least sit your child down and level with them. Say, look, I think you have a decent backhand. I'd like to dedicate the rest of your life to it. I'll rob you of your childhood. You'll make more than enough money to pay for your eventual rehab. The fact is, kids are not only surprisingly durable, they actually need to burn a finger on the stove or eat a bad apple now and then so they can learn not to do it again. You keep trying to cushion your kid from all the slings and arrows the world has to offer, you're going to end up kissing the boo-boos of a 45-year-old man in feety pajamas who talks loudly to himself in the third person and who grabs his clothes and play and bolts down to the basement when the Sparklets guy comes because he thinks water is Satan juice. You know, it's fine to think your children are better than everybody else's because everybody thinks their kids are uniquely perfect. So when you look at your own little darling and think, I am a superior parent because I have molded this life into absolute perfection, you must keep in mind that up until around a month ago, John Walker Lynn's folks were thinking exactly the same thing. Of course, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I want to know what you think, America. Give me a call, 1-800-522-8673. I'm obsessed with my guest tonight. I think he's the funniest man on the planet. In fact, he plays a planet called Jiminy Glick on Comedy Central. A new season of Primetime Glick starts February 23rd. Please welcome Martin Short. Marty. You're feeling pretty heavy tonight. I'm feeling pretty heavy.
Dennis! Come back here. Hi, handsome.
I just want to give you a due. Marty Short.
Dennis Miller, ladies and gentlemen. I always feel that second jump up's important to let them know that I love the love they're giving me.
Mm-hmm. You're not ashamed of it.
I'm not. I thrive.
You need it.
I need it. I need it all day long. Mm-hmm. How are you, Dennis?
Groovy.
Yeah. What's new? So your show's based on sports tonight? Is that the theme, baby boy?
Yes, it is.
Well,
Jerry, suck the lozenge.
Dean and I used to play racquetball sometimes before we broke up. Gee, these socks don't work.
Huh?
They don't work.
Well, one's, no, they're both
No,
black.
yeah, but it's the wrong color. I could have gone hipper.
Look at me.
Oh, sorry.
Look at these shoes.
Those are new.
Huh?
Hey, you've made money. What are you worth now?
Oh, Marty, you didn't want to know.
$25,000, I bet.
Exactly. And a good dental plan. Now,
that's all you need.
No, I know your one son, Ollie. I've played hockey with him.
Yeah, he's good.
Amazing hockey
Yeah, really
player.
good hockey.
What about your other kids?
They're all good. They're all very athletic, my children. They're all very good. But Oliver is the one who's played hockey since he was 5 years old.
And do you shepherd him through that process?
Well, I mean, what choice do I have? You get up at 5 in the morning, and you drive, and you go
Where
to
do you drive to?
Well, it's been all over. Sometimes, you know, you drive to San Diego. Sometimes you drive about 3 hours to a game. Sometimes you drive 5 hours. And there is an obsession. I think hockey parents are probably more obsessive than any sport because you have to drive so far. So you're putting so much commitment. So, you know, so you're sitting there and there's, you know, the 300-pound woman with the ding-dong screaming, "Check him, Ryan! Check him! That's not Checkenham!" And I'm sitting there, you know, because I've just gotten in about an hour before because I love, you know, to carouse.
Yeah.
And it's rough sometimes. And the people, and the guys, you know, the guys are, you know, "I may have failed in life, but you're not gonna," you know, and the kids hate it. I think the kids, I say to Oliver, do the kids like their parents screaming at them? And of course they don't.
What's your approach to Ollie?
I sit there and I say, "Oliver, you were fabulous. Oliver, you were great."
Right, because that's what else are you here for?
You know what? I mean, I think the reverse, you know, the kids should be allowed to come down to the parents' place of work and start screaming at them and how they're doing. You know, we'll let the kid come into the operator. "You call that a suture? That's not a suture. Now sew it up. Good eye." You know who wants that when you're trying to operate?
Now, I have you have an amazing sense of ethics. I admire your ethics. If you saw a parent berating their child, and I know that's sort of like verboten to go in there, but if they were really riding their kid hard, would you say anything or would you back off?
It would depend on how big the parent was. If the parent was, let's say, a famous director, and I wanted maybe a part in his movie, I'd say, "Hey, you listen to your dad, kid." But if it was mini-me berating his kid, I'd step on him. I'd just squash him.
How were you?
No, I hate it. I mean, listen, you know, I mean, a father got killed by another father. This creates a very intense reaction. And I am always amazed that people won't just let it go and let their kids play the sport and support them, because the real idea is that you want to build men or women, but you don't want to, but there is an obsession, you know, NHL, he's going to make it, or he's, you know, the pro ball, and it's very involved by some of the parents.
How was your mom and dad with you? Did they, you're from Canada, did you play hockey when you were young?
We'd freeze the back rink, and then I'd go up to my bedroom and pretend, you know, to do an imaginary television show. I didn't, you know, I was completely...
So you wanted to be Don Cherry when you were little.
Exactly. They'd be calling it, "Marty, we've got new skates for you," and I'd be going, "Weather-wise, such a cuckoo day," with a spoon, you know, and a lamp, you know, because even then I needed lighting.
Sure, you need your key light.
No, my siblings played, but I was just, you know, I had a contract.
Yeah, to perform.
Yeah.
Now, as rational as you are, has there ever been a moment at one of your kids' games where maybe another kid hit him while playing hockey, or anything that's driven you a little cuckoo where it came out of your mouth before you could, you know, hold it in and say, "I should act rationally"? Or you ever act irrationally?
No, I mean, sometimes, you know, sometimes if Ollie's playing well, I'll get drunk.
At the game.
Yeah. You know? "Hey, guy!" Or sometimes I'll, you know, if it's a really important game, I'll come dressed as a character from the 80s, like Ed Grimley or something, you know.
The kids love that when the old man shows
that.
up.
Well, I think the kids are, Ollie's proud when I show up as one of my beloved icon characters from, you know, another era.
Start doing
"Oh, Oliver, it's very decent seeing you, I must say," you know.
All of a sudden,
hair slicked right up.
You're Dennis Hopper in Hoosiers. Causing consternation. We've got a phone call for you. Line 1, it's Brian from Atlantic Beach, New York. Brian?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
How you doing, Brian?
Great. I want to know, what kind of obsessive parenting you think we're going to get when we start cloning?
Well, it'll be cut by a half.
No.
Did he say cloning?
Yeah.
Oh.
Why?
Would you feel more
I'd try
at
to
ease
joke, but I'm not
smacking your clone kid around than your regular kid? Or would it be exactly the same as...
No, I think if
you'd hit the clone kid capriciously,
right? If you feel the urge, which, you know, we've all felt, to just smack the kid a couple times, I think you go with the clone kid first, because he's more of a... He's
a clone.
He's a clone, for God's sake. I mean, if I wanted to slap my real kid, I wouldn't have a clone, would I?
You try it out on little Xerox first.
Absolutely. If Xerox can, you know, here's the thing. You don't want them to bruise, because then you can be arrested. So if Xerox doesn't bruise, then you can hit the real kid. See, this is lovely.
This is what Miles called a tangential riff.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Yeah. Line 4, we've got Tim from Portland, Maine. Timmy?
Hey, how you doing, Dennis?
Good,
I just want to say
man.
really quick, I love your books, and Martin, your show on Comedy Central is great.
Oh, thank you very much.
What's that
And I
show,
just wanna
Marty?
ask, do you guys
Wait,
think
Tim, we're doing a plug. What's that show, Marty?
Oh, Dennis, first of all, I want to hear from Tim, but the show you're referring to is called Primetime Glick. And I play Jiminy Glick, and I believe you're on it this season. And again, I want to get back to Tim, but you know, Saturday, February 23rd, 10 p.m., Comedy Central. What's going on, Tim?
Well, I just wanted to say, ask you guys, do you think that this hockey dad is kind of an isolated incident, or have parents completely lost sight of what team sports are really all about?
No, I think it's more prevalent than you'd
Yeah,
think.
I
It's
think it
just
is,
this
too.
guy was the biggest and stupidest of the lot, and he grabbed a little Paul Snyder guy from Star 80 and started beating the shit out of him.
Well, I have seen fights. I've seen fights. I mean, no one's ended up like, you know, in that situation, but I've seen fathers. What do you mean? That's not true. He was checking him. And you think, you know, the kids are off having fun, having a soda with each other. I think it's just this obsession with not letting the kids have their own time. And also to remember this idea that you're trying to build men and women.
Now, up in Canada, were you a good athlete or were you an asshole like me? I was a real asshole.
You know, you've seen me skate. It's like it's like Louis Anderson at the Olympics.
I told you, you always remind me of when Mickey would take Pluto skating, and he'd look over at Pluto and he'd be on all fours. Every time I look at you, you're falling down on the skates.
Dennis and I actually went skating over the holidays, and you weren't exactly, you know, Sonia Henney yourself. You were out of breath, and you hadn't even laced up yet. I mean, you were a mess.
What is the big football? See, we have football here. I've been announcing football for the last couple of years. Does the CFL mean anything up there in Canada?
Now, wait a second. Don't make me arm wrestle you.
Well, I just wonder if the Canada, I know they love hockey, I know they love, and by the way, I think the curling is pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah,
I like that sport.
Especially if you get to sweep. No, in Canada, you know, we only have, up until a couple of years, we had 8 teams.
In the
Canadian
CFL,
Football League.
Canadian Football
The only
League.
trick was 2 were called Rough Riders. Totally true. No longer, the Ottawa Rough Riders are no longer a team, but up until like 2 years ago, there were 8 teams. There were Saskatchewan Rough Riders and the Ottawa Rough Riders. So you could be passing a television and you would hear, Rough Riders 28, Rough Riders 7. And somehow, as a Canadian, you'd understand. You'd say, gee, I feel badly for the Rough Riders, but I'm, like, real happy for the Rough Riders, eh?
Now, as a Canadian, you likewise must be happy for Pelletier and Salier?
Yeah, well, you know, that shocked me. That really shocked me because if the Olympics, am I really naive? Are the Olympics fixed? Is that like old news?
That's what they're saying there. They've got 4 people out there with gold medals now, 2 teams.
But I'm hearing like the judge traded a vote. Is that judge going to go to jail or something?
Well, the French judge was Don King, and I thought I smelled...
No, I mean, it makes me actually turn off the Olympics. I found it disgusting.
Really?
You know, yeah, and by the way, I wasn't thrilled with, you know, Love Story was not necessarily the theme to skate to.
That was a bad choice.
It was not a good film.
Thank God.
But they did it beautifully, and you know, I was stunned. I think everyone was. I'm glad that I wish they took the other one away.
All right. Now, we might have been trying to fake like we're being nice to Tim and cared about his life in Portland, Maine. Now he's not on anymore. You can really tell the people the important data. When's Glick start again?
Oh, please, Dennis, enough with Glick. And look, if February 23rd comes around and suddenly it's 10 and it's Comedy Central and you're watching Glick, so be it.
Marty Short, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to do some comedy pictures, Marty.
Oh, I love this part. part of the
Now, if
show.
one of them dies, they're going to do a cutaway of you, and you laugh to bring the crowd into it.
I have one call to make. I'll wait. I'll wait.
All right, here's our first picture.
I'm ready.
So what's the Academy saying? Moulin Rouge directed itself? And Gary Condon announced he was running for re-election this week. Oh, what are you moaning? Why the reflexive moan? This guy's a fucking bad guy, huh? Whenever they traveled together, Joe, Fred, and Grady knew Amir's outfit would cost them at least 3 hours at every security checkpoint. No Nordic Christian female can resist the pure, untainted harmonies of the white supremacist boy band KKK Town. Psst, love Jen, sexy beast. Once again, French President Jacques Chirac forgot to roll down his car window before greeting the public. Something about the counselor's photo featured on the brochure made Susan hesitate about sending her kids to summer camp. Harzed didn't want his 4-year-old son, Mahmoud, taking his fully loaded AK-47 assault rifle to show and tell because he knew not all the kids in the class could afford one, and he did not want to rub it in their faces. In Malaysia, the job of assistant manager at Red Lobster is taken far more seriously than it is here in the States. This week, excited shoppers attended the grand reopening of the Kabul Bed Bath & Beyond. When the Vatican ran out of ash for Ash Wednesday, the Pope decided to pitch in. They gave it to the Russians? Are those skating judges fucking nuts? Here, pop star Britney Spears and her boyfriend Justin Timberlake spend hours looking at themselves in the reflections of each other's teeth. And finally, Kenneth Lay's office, please hold. Guess what, folks? That's the news. I'm out of here. Good night.
Next on HBO. Pete Jones is on the home stretch. Now we'll see if he can actually get the movie to the studio on time and on budget. The final episode of Project Greenlight. Next on HBO.
On the next episode of Oz.
Who gave you the drugs?
What I did, I did. Ain't nobody else gonna suffer.
I'll plead for clemency because of his mental state.
Don't. You're getting out of here, kid. You gotta be free.
Get off of there!
Everyone listen up. Robson here went to the dentist and got himself a nice pair of dirty ghetto gums.
As of today, James Robson is no longer a part of the Brotherhood.
Oh.
Chester, now! Chester! I got good news. I'm gonna help you escape.
Oz, an all-new episode at a special time, Sunday night at 11.